Hello, this is Daniel Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide. With Invictus Launch Week, we've just seen all the various manufacturers and their unique aesthetic and functional styles. But while you may think it pretty much covers the entire range of possibilities, I think there's room for one more. But don't worry, you won't have to make Invictus Launch Week or the IAE Expo a day longer, because they won't be there. Neither will they be able to be bought at New Deal or Astro Martyr or even Teach's Ship Shop. They wouldn't dare. But let me digress and talk about how my idea for this manufacturer came about. It was when developing the script for my video about what ships a Pyro fleet would have, and I thought about what sort of fleets the Gangs of Pyro would themselves have, and it reminded me of something illogical about the Xeno threat event. How does this outlaw terrorist group get wave after wave of fresh, new from the factory, perfect ships, including capital class ships? I remember even Agent Dooley couldn't help but comment about where were they getting all this. Particularly our experience with current times has such outlaw organizations on the fringe of survival tend to have more, shall we say, improvised equipment, which is why I call this not actually a manufacturer. Why not? As in the helmet of the same name already in the verse. So we know from this bit of concept art that the outposts are expected to have quite a supply of old scrap components like engines and also frontier tools and repair skills. So given all that, what would they do if they needed suddenly a ship? Well, the logical choice would be that they would take a bunch of scrap components, who cares where they originally came from, attach them to a basic frame, wire them up, and then hold the whole thing together with spray-on hull patch material, which we know is going to be a thing in the verse from the hints about repair mechanic. In other words, there is no hull, just one giant patch connecting all the bits. The ship literally, as well as figuratively, patched together. So it is kind of like a spaceship version of the movie The Flight of the Phoenix. And I looked for examples of what it might look like. And while there were actually plenty of examples of spaceships put together from scrap components, whether it's the Reavers from Firefly or pod racers from Star Wars, nothing had the extra angle of being held together by sprayed-on material. So this would seem to represent an entirely new aesthetic. So let me demonstrate with some crude modeling, which is fine because the Why Not craft are nothing if not crude.
Let's say that this is the sawed-off nose cone of an Aurora, and let's say we've got some size 3 weapons, say 4 of them, and let's say this is a retro thruster, and so I put that one going in the opposite direction. Same direction that the weapons are pointing. Then let's say they took a disc and put some small components on one side and some larger components on the other side, and they're just going to seal up the back of the Aurora with that. Then let's stick some wings on it. I don't know what ship they might have got these wings from. Maybe a Origin ship or something. This might be an engine, main engine, probably taken maybe from a Drake ship, and that gets stuck on here. And so now we've got, we've got some hull metal patch repair kit, and they're all just glopping on this hull metal patch repair stuff on. And then of course we're going to need some thrusters, so we'll stick a couple thrusters there, a couple thrusters on the top, a couple thrusters on the side. Let's not do the wings. Alright, and a couple more thrusters on this side, and they're all held on by the hull metal material. And we need a couple thrusters, a few more thrusters on the bottom, and that's hold it all together, and that's kind of what it looks like. There's our landing gear on the bottom, and that's our rocket death trap of news. We haven't got given some missiles, so they'll stick a couple missile launchers on the top as well. Oops, got to get them pointing in the right direction. And there you go. That's what it kind of looks like.
Now, you may think, Wow, that's like totally Mad Max. And yes, it is totally Mad Max. But think of it. Isn't this whole Gang of Pyro setup kind of totally Mad Max? So I know that many of you are thinking what I also thought at the beginning of Write This, and that was, do we really need more ships, much less a whole new nameplate? Well, let me make the case why I think yes. First of all, a new nameplate and a new unusual style guide broadens the scope of the universe more than just one more Drake or one more Origin or one more RSI ship. The next is that it creates a unique capability in the game. You see, these Why Not ships are not to be available from ASOP ship terminals. Instead, they are available from Pyro scrapyard dealers. As you may recall from my other discussions of Pyro, it is very likely that in Pyro, scrapyard dealers are far more common than ASOP terminals, which might be only at Ruin Station. But doesn't that break LTI, you ask? Not really. You get your LTI replacement from the scrapyard dealer rather than the ASOP terminal. LTI only promises that you'll be able to replace your ship. It doesn't promise that every ship will be available at the same one place. And if you presume that CIG is going to need to have a regular drip of cheap new ships to jumpstart ship sale events, then the Why Not line provides the easiest way to do that and thus take fewer resources from those big and long-awaited ships. Think of it. The premise of the line requires that they be nothing but cut and paste jobs. No original modeling required. But would CIG actually be able to sell any of these pasted together monstrosities? I think yes. First of all, there is the LTI token factor. As I've joked before, I'd pay $5 for that cigar if it had LTI and could be CCU'd. And the Why Not ships will be undeniably cheap. Then there is the must-have-everything collectors and those, perhaps in jest, who are intrigued by the totally Mad Max space punk vibe. I mean, if the Argo Cargo can win Best in Show off of Mean Power, then anything is possible in this fan base. So in summary, it just feels like what the Gangs of Pyro would build, have, and use. Plus, of course, any other similar edge of civilization kind of place. Now, for an update on our Grow the Channel Ship giveaway. As of recording, we are approaching 75% of the subscriber goal and 71% of the membership goal to give away someone's choice of the Anvil Liberator, the ship-shipping ship for shipping your ships, or the Misk Odyssey long-duration exploration carrier. Members, you're entered automatically, and if the winner was a member as of the publication date of the winning video and at the time of the drawing date, they will win both of the ships. For everybody else, just be a subscriber and comment with the secret word. And the secret word for this is what I thought the new manufacturer's ships would be totally. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Danny Raymond for Ray's Guide.